Hello, 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 everyone. Hello and welcome. Welcome to Angels Speak. I'm Teri Angel. I come live every day and share with you all a message from the angels that they give me when I sit in meditation with them. So I read that message and then, hello, Brian, and then you all have a chance to say what you think about it. And if there's any questions or anything that you would like to share on the live and on TikTok, thank you all for coming in. On TikTok, I stay on a little bit longer than I do on Facebook and Twitter and YouTube. So you have more of an opportunity to interact. All right, so I'm just sharing it out right now. Please help me share it. And let's get people in here to hear this message. And tap the screen to give some likes when you come in. I'd appreciate some likes and some follows. I'm trying to build a spiritual community here where we can have discussions. Thank you for the likes. Thank you so much. And thank you for the follow. Is it Keisha? Thank you for being here. Mansi. Hi, sweet Mansi. I'm so glad you're here. Thank you for coming in. So all of you that are finding it on TikTok, thank you so much for being here. We have a few people finding it on Facebook already. Carolina, hello, good to see you too. Auntie Jean Lorio, Joanne Castillo. Ron, hello to you. Oh, I love you too, Monsi. Thank you for being here. Thank you to all of you finding this, sharing this, giving the likes, and let's just get this thing going. So every day when I come in, thank you for the rose, Monsi. Every day when I come in, I read the blog that you can find on Angelspeakers.com. And it is a message from the angels for all of us. We really need help right now. We need to hear that we're not alone. We need to hear that there's hope and that everything is going to be okay. And I think everything is okay. It's just a matter of us catching up with that, right? That it is okay. Hello, Joanne. Hi, Deirdre, Julie Kiss, and Luz. Hi, darling. Thank you, Luz. Christopher Meyer, Messiah. Thank you all for finding this. Stephanie, Mrs. Heap. Oh, look at you all just floating on in here. I love it. All right, I'm going to get right to the reading. And then, like I said, if you have any comments, any questions, please type them into the comments. And today's message is called Still Waters. Hi, beaches. No, I'm not in denial. I'm just prefer to look at things in a positive way instead of looking at what's going wrong. I try to look at all the things in the world that are going right. All right, still waters. Balance is the perfect state of still water. Let that be our model. And that's from Confucius. There's so much I want to do in life, and therein lies the problem. How do I balance the things I want to do, need to do, have to do? Anyone else experience this? Anybody have so much on your plate that you just feel like everything is in chaos? But when I find myself wishing for more hours in the day, then I know that I have to sit down and have a serious talk with myself because there's too much imbalance and something is going to suffer. I love the image that comes to mind about the still water representing balance. If you've ever used a tool called a level, you know that it has a little window with liquid in it. And when you are testing something to see if it is indeed level or balanced, the liquid will move. The goal is to get it to stop moving to where it is centered and not have more on one side than the other side. Yes, friends, I do know how to use that level. I've used it many times. Dear angels, if only we had a level we could use to measure when our energy is being expended more in one direction than another. Many times when we are in the midst of imbalance, we feel it but are unable to identify where we need to correct what is going on, what to cut back on, and where we have things out of priority. How can we get to a more centered and balanced state in order to have more calmness, such as what happens when water is still? Dear ones, the issue is not that you are doing too much. Rather, it is in distinguishing what to do. If something you are undertaking is not in alignment or needed for your soul growth, and this includes recreation activities, then it will be draining for you. Those things you came to Earth to accomplish will not deplete your energy, and in fact, will energize you. If you are taking inventory of all the irons you have in the fire, it is best to note which ones seem the heaviest for you to carry out. Just like using that level to test a surface for balance, use this test for your energy field. Sit with those projects you have going on, one at a time. Ask your higher self to assist you in identifying which one or ones of those are not in alignment with your purpose. Maybe you agreed to do something, but subconsciously you knew you should say no, and now you feel obligated in following through with it. Dear ones, there is no shame in reevaluating your decisions. As you do your inventory, identify what needs to be priority and perhaps even what needs to be weeded out. Put it to the test and make the adjustments. Imbalance will create ripples in the water, and life will become very rocky instead of steadfast and peaceful. Trust your intuition and the guidance of your guides to help bring life into balance. Dear angels, thank you. I love you. And today I promise to look at where my energy is being expended and check for imbalance, knowing that it is up to me to say no when necessary. Julie Kiss needed this message today. Yeah, I needed that message when the angels gave it to me last night. You know, I do have a lot going on. I've been on this journey for almost 2 years now of traveling across the United States and doing blessings on the land and talking to people about peace. I need this message to help me to use the test, to use the level to see, okay, what did I say yes to that maybe I can look at and reevaluate? And I think all of us can do that, right? There's always things. Christine, hi, she says, me too, a lot of times. There's always things that we think, oh, I could do that. I want to do that. That sounds like fun, right? Have you all been there, done that? Like, yeah, that sounds so exciting. I want to do that. And then what happens? All of a sudden, you've got a plate full of things that you said yes to. And all of those things are weighing on you. So if you find an imbalance, what does that say? To me, it says, okay, let me see what needs to go. Let me see what I need to shed. What do I need to look at and see if it's a priority? That if I'm doing something and it feels more like a chore than it does something that's fun and that doesn't make life fun at all for me, then let me look at it and see if I really want to keep that on my plate. If it's really something that I want to continue to progress with, or do I reevaluate it? So I'd just love to hear from you. What are you all thinking? What do you think about this message that the angels gave? And thank you all for the likes. Thank you for the shares and for the gifts. I so appreciate you on TikTok. And thank you, Carolina. I see that rose that you just sent me. Thank you. And Melissa Campbell, hello. So what do you think? Do you have too much on your plate? Do you have not enough on your plate? Maybe you're bored. Oh, thank you for the rose, Monsi. So, this isn't a program where I do readings. I read what the angels have shared for us for guidance. I do readings, and I do schedule those on TikTok and on Facebook at times. But on here, it's talking, it's a discussion, it's building the spiritual family where we can talk to each other and ask questions and see about this thing called life. We are all walking each other home. We are all helping each other, whatever that looks like. If you need support, if you need somebody to sit with you, if you need somebody to bounce something off of and say, I've got this going on. Maybe you've got too much going on, too much on your plate, and you're feeling a little out of balance like I was. It really is time for us all to just really lighten up. That's what the angels say, for us all to lighten up and to enjoy this thing called life. We live in a world right now where there's so much chaos. There's so much going on that we could look at that and we could say, oh my gosh, I don't want to do this. This is too hard. This is not something that I signed up for. But you know what? We did sign up for it. We did come here on purpose. We all have a divine plan for being here. We all said, I'm going to go experience this thing called life on earth. And I'm going to call into me those who are going to help me through this, those who are going to hold my hand, those who are going to say, you know what, we can do this. We can do this. And when we realize that we're all in this together, we are all made of the same spirit. We are all part of the grand plan, the divine plan. Then it makes it a lot easier to talk to each other, to look at our lives and say, you know what, I think the way you do. I want to be around people that are like-minded. I want to be in this energy where we can figure this out and say, what is it all about anyway? It's more than just existing, coming into this life and existing for a few years. The angels say we're just here for a minute. And when we're here for a minute, what are we going to do with it? In the whole of eternity, what are we going to do with this ever how many years that we have on this planet? And when we look at that, then we can put things in perspective. And those things that are going on in our world, we can make a difference. Our energy makes a difference. Whatever we're doing, saying, if you're being resistant, if you're just always looking at what's going wrong and pointing fingers and blaming everybody else for what's happening, then you're adding to the problem. Seriously, you're adding to the problem because your vibration is at a low vibration. And yeah, it's a different process for each one of us. It is, absolutely, Monsi. And so when we vibrate at a higher vibration, when we look at things and say, what can I do to add to the solution? What can I do? I used to say that. I used to say, I'm just one person. What can I do? And then I found out that everything that we do, every word, every thought, every action, it affects the whole because we are all connected. Our energy, our subconscious is all connected. So when one of us does something, it does affect the whole. When one of us lifts the vibration and vibrates at a high frequency and says, yes, I can, instead of, oh my gosh, what are we going to do now? When we start looking for solutions instead of adding to the problem, then we are lifting the vibration of the entire planet. It really does make a difference. I've studied with heart math in California, and I do something called the heart-brain coherence. And I've learned that when one person does an effort to raise the vibration, it adds to the collective pool of what's going on in the world. And then that raises all of our vibrations. It all evens out. So if you're in that low vibration, if you're somebody that's coming in and wants to be argumentative and go against, everything that everybody's trying to do to build up humanity, to help bring in peace on earth, then you're adding to the problem. And look at that. Really look at, what am I doing? What am I doing? We each have to ask ourselves that. Am I going to be one of those that's going to keep everything in chaos, that's going to keep the tornado spinning, and so that the whole world seems like, everything is wrong? Or am I going to make a decision? I'm here on earth. What am I going to do with my time here? Am I going to add to the level and increase the level of positivity? So I know, Luz, I wish Monsi and I could come on together. I want to come on and do some readings with you, Monsi. So I don't know, we'll have to figure out how we do that and get that rolling in a different live. Right now, I come on at this time every day, and thank you all for joining us. That's right, positive vibes, Brandon. Thank you for coming in. And that's what it's all about, is lifting the vibration through positive vibration, through saying, what can we do? What can we do? When you ask yourself that question, we all have to ask it individually. Nobody can do it for you. Nobody can tell you, you have to be positive. It doesn't work. But when you go inside and you say, okay, what can I do myself? Can I help? Can I do something to increase that level of love and light and possibility out in the world? And yes, the answer is we all can do something, but it's a decision we each have to make. And just like, what the blog was all about, what the message was about from the angels, are we going to allow that balance in our life? Are we going to allow the positivity to help level out what's going on with the negativity? It really is up to each of us. And nobody can do that for you. You have to decide if that's something that you want in your life. Do you want balance? Do you want peace? Some people don't. Some people, just like some that have come through today on TikTok, some people just want to come in and be argumentative and, just keep throwing out the negatives. And so look at that. What are you doing with that? Why are you doing that? Ask yourself, why do I keep wanting to go to a negative vibration? Why do I want to always stir up the pot? Are you bored? Sometimes if we don't find our purpose, if we don't know what we're doing here, and we don't find our voice in a positive way, then, we're going to keep pulling the energy down. But if we connect in with who we are as spirit and know that we all come from source, from a creator, then we can see why we're here. We can really get to know, what is it that I came here for? Thank you. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the gifts. Thank you to everyone that came in to hear the angel message today. I come live every day at this time and bring in the messages. And I invite you to come back to hold a discussion about what the angels have to say. And, this is not a live where I do private messages. I do those, and I do card readings. And I would love to come on and do some of those. And hi, Suvan. Let's just have a discussion every day at this time. And if there's something you'd like to add to the positivity, thank you. Thank you for being a positive force in the world. We need more of that. We need more light. to shine on the darkness of what's going on. So I appreciate you all. I'm going to go ahead and get off of Facebook and YouTube and Twitter. Thank you all for joining in. I love you so much, and I'll see you tomorrow at 4:44. I'm going to end that particular